Hello and welcome to today's talk on money. When you look up advice on YouTube, a lot of times business advice and money advice always comes from rich people, people who are 100, if not 200 steps ahead of where you are. But today I want to give advice from someone who's maybe one or two steps ahead, because I think that advice can sometimes be more actionable and valuable rather than someone who's way further ahead and maybe they've forgotten what it was like to have nothing. And most people across the world might have less than £1,000 in their bank account, whereas I can give some proof here. That's just in my cash ISA. I've managed to save myself up almost 5k, and I've approaching 2k in my stocks and shares ISA. I've got a little bit in my current account, a tiny bit in crypto as well, and I've done all this over the past couple of years. Before this, I was the kind of person that had nothing in my bank account. I was struggling to pay for rent every month, and I never saved anything. So I want to share with you what changed for me, the three things that actually set me on this path to be able to save this whilst being on a low income. I've never been much of a big earner. I relatively earn below average wage, actually. So I think it's quite an achievement to be able to do this, and it's all down to these three things. So the first thing is just having a frugal mindset. I don't even have a credit card for one. I only get things if I can afford them. And that means that debt, that's off the table for me, because if I'm going into debt for something, I can't afford it. I've always tried to avoid credit cards. Well, I say tried, I have actively avoided credit cards, so I don't even have a credit card. I never have owned one. Just have my debit card. And I've never touched the overdraft either, because it's a scary place to be. I just don't like the feeling of owing anyone money. Now, for a lot of my life, I was at that zero in my bank account. And that taught me some good lessons in being frugal. Just work with what you have. You know, I had a computer, I was able to play games, that was my pastime, or hanging out in a field with some friends, or whatever it was, I did that. Things that were free. Just learn to work with the resources that you have. And I think spending a lot of your time poor actually inherently teaches you that, because you just don't have the resources to go out and spend on things. So, for instance, back in the day when people would go out drinking, we would do drinking round of friends, pre-drinks, instead of going out to the bar or whatever. That's what we did instead. So that saved a lot of money back then. And today, it's still just that same mindset. If I can't afford it, I don't buy it. And I try to avoid even buying most things, because it ends up being a waste of money. It's kind of a mindset. And I think being frugal is a long-term mindset, and it comes from really years of training and being poor and not having much. It kind of just instills that in you. You could say it's a poor man's mindset, but you know, why waste your money? I think really what we're saying here is live below your means. If I can afford to buy this thing, then I just don't buy it. Don't go into debt for it. There's no point. The next thing that I think helps with this greatly is having some sort of greater purpose in life. Because going back, when I had no money, no savings, I didn't have a purpose in my life. And that meant that I was spending whatever little money I had on takeaways, on whatever it was that would make me happy temporarily, but really it wouldn't make me happy. And so that feeling of having no direction in my life meant that I was wasting my money, and I didn't see the point in saving for the future, because the future felt meaningless to me. So why bother saving for it? Well, I think the nature of getting older, I'm in my 30s now, shows you that the future does come, whether you care about it or not. Whether you are prepared for the future or not, the future's going to happen to you. So why not just bank on that you might be here? So start putting some money away. But having a purpose now, one of my purposes in life is to grow my YouTube channel. My main YouTube channel is almost up to 30,000 subscribers now, and it's a thing that I've been trying to work towards for the past couple of years, almost full time at this point. And I really want a YouTube plaque. That's kind of my purpose right now, and it makes me driven to do things. So instead of going out and wasting money and trying to be happy, I'm working in this room here, making videos to be happy. So I'm not wasting my money. Does that make sense? Instead of going out and spending money, I'm in here working. I'm not spending money. And sometimes I'm generating money. So it's actually benefiting me. It doesn't generate me much, but it generates me something. And it stops me from wasting money. Alongside that, gym as well. Work on yourself, work on your body. I think the more that you work on yourself in any sort of aspect, the less you just want to waste money. Materialistic things, they don't bring you happiness. I mean, I see people in my life, they're always seeking the next thing to buy. Buying things makes them happy. It's very temporary. It doesn't make you happy. That happiness is just there for that temporary ding of the purchase, and then boom, it's gone. And it's funny because I'm the type of person that if I was to spend, I would feel bad about it. It doesn't bring me happiness to buy things that are big. It brings me fear. And maybe that's just from years of being poor and my own weird mindset about it. But when I think about anything that's over like towards £100, I get very I think about it for days. Do I really need this? Do I want it? It took me ages to buy this laptop. This laptop, I can't even remember how much it costs now, but it was expensive. And I thought about it for a long time. And I made sure I could pay for it outright. And it wasn't until I just had to click yes. But it's a long debated thing, and I find it hard. Like, I've needed to upgrade the computer I'm recording on right now for ages, but I just don't want to spend the money. I don't enjoy spending money. It's like painful to see. So that helps. That kind of mindset helps. But, thinking that purchasing things will bring you happiness, it doesn't, and it just hurts you in the long term. The last thing is the people around you, family and relationships, because without those things, I would not be able to do most of what I've been able to do on the terrible income that I have. It's the support around you. And this is one of the biggest things, they say moving, a lot of people my age, millennials or younger definitely, but you'll be living at home. And at the minute, I'm in a blessed situation where my monthly rent is very reasonable. I'm able to save aggressively. That's kind of the phrase I've been using. Save aggressively while you're in these good situations, while you're in situations that help, but also having a partner that's on the same wavelength as you. So me and my wife, we're aligned with our money. We're both under the same strategy. I'm putting, X amount into savings. I've kind of finished with that cash ISA, to be honest. I'm putting the rest into more risky assets for the future. My lens is put money away for 30 years from now. And my wife does the same thing. But before, none of us were doing it. Go back about a year and a half, neither of us were doing this. And I just went on this tirade of watching many videos about finance, talking to people who are in better positions than me. And I thought, why the hell haven't I done this sooner? And that's really what it comes down to as well, is just start. I know it's the most simple thing, and probably the thing that everyone says, just start, but it is so true. It feels rubbish at first. You're like, I'll just put a tenner in a savings account. It's nothing. But it's the fact that you keep doing it over time. Over time, you keep adding to that savings account, and that's how it grows. So just start. But it's those main things. It's being frugal. That goes a long way. Living below your means. Having a greater purpose. So finding happiness in not spending money on materialistic things, that goes a long way. And the people around you, your family, who your partner is, they're all valuable things that help you out, help you get into better positions. And that's really what we're all there for, isn't it? To support each other. You don't have to try and make it on your own and bleed all your money. I mean, sometimes that is the best decision, but if you have a supporting family that are willing to help you, save aggressively. Start saving. Put money away. Have that money there for the future, because you never know when something bad is going to happen. That's why we save these emergency funds. So anyway, I hope this video has been helpful, and if there's any questions you have, drop them down below. and I will respond to them, if not in a video format. But thank you so much for listening to me today, and I'll see you in the next video.